The second all-time meeting between Michigan State and Auburn. The winner advances to the Final Four in San Antonio. We're underway.
Iron Eagle, Grant Hill, right now. Michigan State goes. The minute. Nice entry. Got to stay at home because he finds shooters.
Broom had a double-double in the first half the other night, and he opens with a bucket to start play here.
Got to get back and balance the floor, Grant.
The transition defense will be a must here for the Tigers. As we know, Michigan State loves to get out.
Their transition offense was stymied in that win over Ole Miss. Zapawa didn't play against the Rebels.
They got to use the dribble on this automatic switching defense.
Shot clock is winding down. Fears, he's got the big, he's running out of time, tosses it up, off the rim.
Excellent show by Broom.
Got a mismatch on Broom.
Stepping in front, Fears on the knockaway, and it ricochets out of bounds. Last touch by the Spartans.
And Raph right there. Fears getting back, but one-on-one isolation on Broom. The shooters, you have to respect them from Auburn on the perimeter. And right there inside, taking advantage one-on-one on Kohler.
And they run great out-of-bounds plays and defend the out-of-bounds beautifully now. Little back screen to get Broom to the box.
Auburn shot just 39% in that win over Michigan in the Sweet 16.
A little bully ball now. You got to stunt and help.
Kohler trying to hold his ground. Broom, tremendous post moves.
It's just too easy, Raph. You can't have him back down from the three-point line. He's so talented.
He's so tough. He can give the defense to Broom.
SEC Player of the Year, had 22 points, 16 rebounds, 2 steals against the Wolverines. It's 4-0 Auburn.
Seek out the mismatch and go. That's what Michigan State has to do.
Akins watched by Kelly. Kohler got a 3.
How about the big foul? He can step out, make some shots. That's number 17 for the year.
He was a non-factor offensively against Ole Miss, so a good sign that he's involved early.
And Tom going back to the traditional starting lineup as well.
Ball fake, Baker Mazzara, and now isolation for Broom.
A little more of a stunt by Richardson.
The spin, Broom, wow. Unstoppable right now.
Too easy down there. So many moves, great footwork. I wonder if the Spartans will make an adjustment there, Raph.
He's going to need a new trophy room. He's going to win all the awards this year. He is impossible low.
Magic number for Michigan State could be 70. They're 27-1 when they score 70 or more. Richardson, the bucket goes, plus the foul.
And that's exactly what they have to do. Your traditional sets and rotations are not going to be executed properly. It's got to be the bounce to explode and either finish at 5.
And the Stone Mountain, Georgia native Miles Kelly picks up the personal. Richardson is coming off a 20-point, 6-rebound performance in the regional semifinals.
Got to do your homework early on Broom as well.
Michigan State was down by as many as 10 to the Rebels. Auburn had its struggles against the Wolverines.
I think the problem for Michigan State is Cooper might be better defensively, but may not be as effective on the offensive end, replacing Kohler.
31 wins for Auburn. That is a new program record.
Nice roll.
Roll to the rim. The knockaway by Kohler. Working around. Jones fires it up. And it rims out Richardson the board.
Nice check out Zapawa.
Fears a little fend off. And Zapawa will keep the ball moving.
He's a screener and a roller and a rebounder.
I mean, Richardson has to attack the mismatch here.
Richardson. Side of the rim, Kelly, strong side rebound.
Now Jones runs the show.
You got to keep going back to Broom.
Absolutely. They have not run the flex as often.
He's on an island right now with Kohler. Now the double.
Nice help.
Swing it. Jones penetrates. Misses on the floater. Offensive rebound, Broom.
They give him second chances.
And Kelly can't hit the 3. Long rebound to Kohler. Auburn getting back defensively. Michigan State trying to grab the lead here early with Cooper, Holloman, and Carr getting ready to check in.
The two bigs are good screen. Give Kohler another clean look again.
He made one. He misses that one, but rebound action. A foul is called as Pawa ends up on his backside. Watch live men's games on your computer, phone, tablet, or streaming device with NCAA March Madness Live. Download now. Foul is called on Dylan Cardwell. And now changes for both teams as Cheney Johnson and fantastic freshman Tahad Pettiford check in for the first time.
And this is what you have to do to get it inbounds. They're so tough. Baseline out of bounds.
Holloman anchors that second unit for Michigan State. We're tied at 6.
He provides a big lift because he can make threes and also nice cut.
Carr is electric.
Great step and go. Beautiful old-time bounce pass.
And the Spartans have their first lead.
And Cooper now, nice little slip to defend.
They're coming on a dribble, right? Oh,
Yeah.
Good stunt right there.
Kelly, the pull-up pop goes.
A little confusion on the rotations right there. And Broom is a willing passer, a great big out of those double teams.
And something Tom Izzo told us yesterday, they have to be aware of his passing skills. He gets others involved if they double.
Good cut, used to the bump here by Richardson.
Richardson played AAU against Pettiford back in their young days at the age of 14. The pull-up jumper doesn't go, overcooked by Holloman.
That's Pettiford in the early. This kid not afraid of the moment. Good dribble drive, knock down threes. They've not taken his game away from him.
Working around, Kelly. The Georgia Tech transfer connects.
Looks easy, doesn't it?
It does.
Wow. Likes Atlanta.
And it's a 2-point lead for Auburn. Kohler needs help. They're going Kohler and Cooper up front.
Really good denial on the perimeter by Kelly.
Not on the same page. He thought Richardson was going to work his way towards him. He stopped. It's a turnover. Good early action in the South Regional Final. Michigan State and Auburn for the right to go to San Antonio. How about Tom Izzo? 10-0 in his career against the SEC in the NCAA tournament.
And that was a close game against Pearl there, a 1-point game, but the domination against the SEC, 10-point differential. Izzo showing why he's a Hall of Famer.
He was distraught at some of the breakdowns defensively, as you can see on camera. He's the guy you got to keep out of the lane.
Frankie Fiddler is in the game for Michigan State, the transfer from Omaha. Shot clock is down to 15.
Broom out of the game. He can really button up.
Richardson was digging at the ball, and a foul is called.
And Ralph, with Broom out of the game, Auburn, they shoot more three-pointers, relying more on Kelly and Pettiford in their perimeter there. Good defense, just got caught with the hand in the cookie jar, but definitely play a different style with him on the bench.
Right now, Auburn is 5 of 6 on 2-point tries. They are 0 of 2 from downtown.
And without Broom, though, you can really button up, stay at home on the shooters, hoping Fiddler and others can contain Johnson.
Johnson rises up and he snaps in a fadeaway.
He is playing well.
He had an impact in the Sweet 16, gave them energy in that first half.
Well, they are communicating defensively here. A little floppy set. Got to slip that screen.
No points in the last 2 minutes. And a steal by Kelly. Michigan State trying to get back. Kelly, give it up. Baker Mazzara, swing it. Kelly, got him. A three.
Great awareness. Reward the guy with the great defense.
It is a 9-0 Tigers run. And it's loud here at State Farm Arena.
It's got to be Akins now on offense for Michigan State.
Got to get that run-out ball screen going.
Cooper, handoff, Holloman. Holloman makes his move with the left hand, no.
Got to get back.
And Johnson gets it ahead. Pettiford.
Stop the dribbler.
Too strong, rebounded by Johnson. Kick, hot hand, no for Kelly.
Boy, they are so good. Offensive rebounding, relocating and finding the shoot. Now this is too high.
Upstairs, even for Carr, it was too high.
And I'm not sure I've ever heard that. Too high for Cohen Carr. But at least you like that they're getting out in transition. Such a staple and an integral part of their game. Haven't really been able to get that fast break going, and Carr almost there. Just a little bit too high.
What they say, 59-inch vertical on the run.
Oh, wow.
What?
Birds was 5, mine was 4. What was yours?
Oh, man, it wasn't 59.
Is that even humanly possible, Raph? What'd you get in science?
I sat next to the right answer.
15-8. Auburn in front. That's 3 Michigan State turnovers, 0 for the Tigers. Broom is back in. Pettiford can heat up in a hurry.
Tell you what, this kid, freewheeling, free license, and takes advantage.
And it's a 12-0 run. They're trying to stop the bleeding here.
Good move here. Use your footwork. Nice little stunt.
Kohler back for Holloman. Splits defenders.
Look at the way they are ragging him defensively.
Swing. Fears is back in. Diagonal for the Akins jumper. It's off.
Got them rushing.
Textbook defensive exchange, and you said it, Raph, the effort, the multiple effort on defense. The crowd here approves. Not just getting it done on the offensive end, but playing collective defense for these Tigers.
Is this Neville Arena?
That's what it feels like.
It feels like it.
It's a tough enough team without the crowd.
This looks more like the Auburn team that we saw in the second half in the victory over Michigan when they went on a run and the Wolverines couldn't stop them. It was a 34-8 run in the second half.
Now that's where you got to be alert off the ball because Broom is a willing passer.
Drop step.
He got away with it a little bit.
Floats it in.
Little curl arm.
Pass it to Akins, takes it in. Kohler, the offensive board, and clears. They need it. Holloman misses on a 3-ball. And a long rebound for Akins. He'll fire away. Rims out Kohler. He knocks it over to Holloman. Akins, shooting practice. It won't go. There's a lid on the rim.
Good looks, though.
The scoring drought is now more than 4.5 minutes. They've missed 9 of their last 10 shots.
This is where you got to get in that defense. Oh, goodness. An easy entry, too, here.
Fade away, Baker Mazzara.
They got numbers here.
Off the miss, Fears, swing. Holloman, that won't go. Carr, skies for the board. Put back, no. Kohler, outside. Holloman, nothing's working.
Wow. Again, clean looks. Second chance opportunities wasted.
And a long exhale by Tom Izzo. His team is stuck in molasses.
This kid's got a great handle, Grant.
Broom's jumper is there. It's a 3.
And showing the skill, Raph. Not just a great post player, but a 3-point shooter as well. Wow.
It's a 17-0 Tigers barrage.
Right now, it's been all Auburn offensively, knocking down threes, as you said, relocating on offensive rebounds, finding their shooters, everybody getting involved, and of course, your horse inside, Broom getting it done. Auburn dominating thus far. And Raph, Michigan State, look, they've been punched in the mouth. They got to settle down here. Personally, got to tighten up their defense. But they're getting out in transition. They're getting second chance opportunities. They're just missing these open looks that they've had.
Not taking advantage of it. Little pin down run here.
Spartans opened up 3 of 6 from the field. They've missed their last 10 shots. Fears trying to turn the corner on Jones.
The mid-range game, Fiddler.
Fiddler curls, and he's fouled. Foul on Chaney Johnson, the #1 overall seed in the tournament. Auburn looking very much like it so far in the Elite 8. Tracy with Auburn head coach Bruce Pearl.
Well, Coach, a 17-0 run to really open this one up. What are you most pleased with that you've seen from your team so far?
I think we finished. We've got the ball inside to the big fella. He's scoring through contact, not trying to play through the whistle. They're probably going to come down on him a little bit and double. It's going to have to get with some inside out. And I think defensively, our speed and quickness are about him. We just got to not foul him.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
And Bird, that look when he finished, he was not happy about that last call.
No, he thought that the foul should have been a non-shooting foul. Instead, it's Fiddler going to the free throw line. He's right about Broom. 11 points, 5 of 5 from the field. Michigan State finally ends the scoring drought. They went nearly 6 minutes without a point. Another one here for Frankie Fiddler. He shoots it at 86%.
This is where you button it down if you want to get back in it. You know it's going to come through Broom at some point.
This Michigan State team, #2 in the country, defending the three. Broom doesn't get the roll. His first miss. The rebound cleared by Fiddler.
How does he get that free, though?
Fears gives it up for Akins. He's got a mismatch with Johnson.
And no inside threat. So off the bounce.
Jeremy Fears' leadership abilities and just his freshman season. Kick, Fiddler.
Nice ball fake.
He's going to take and make the three.
And Rap, they were due for a three-pointer there, having missed a bunch. A great ball fake, and certainly getting stops here is a must. But it's incredible how the different ways they get Broom the ball.
And he really a little back screen to get him to the box.
Chris Moore in the game for the first time for Auburn. We're going to hit the 9-minute mark of this first half.
If they do double, who do they double off? I think it might be Johnson here.
Fiddler had it. Jones make it Johnson, who lost it out of bounds. Let's take a look from our AT&T connected cam.
Raf, dribble penetration there, collapsed the defense. Now 2-on-1 on the weak side. Great shot, ball fake. And Fiddler stepping up, making that three, and a good defensive play here, forcing that turnover on the Tigers.
And the first turnover of the night for Auburn. 9.4 turnovers per game, the 7th fewest in the nation. It was an issue, though, against Michigan. They had 15, most of them in the first half. Richardson is going to take it himself. He's got another gear.
Coming left. They're unbelievable how they set that up. Terrific extension at the rim as well.
7-0 run here for the Spartans. It's 23-15 Tigers. Denial, Zapawa, he touched it last, out of bounds.
And Raf, you can see how they've turned the defense up, Michigan State, but getting to that left hand, Jace Richardson, so good getting downhill, and even at his size, just 6'3", comfortable finishing amongst the trees. Broom, one of the top shot blockers in all of college basketball.
I think you got to go under on that dribble handoff. That far from the hoop.
He can step back and hit a three, too.
I know he can.
Kelly, deep one, doesn't go. Nice track down there by Johnson, and they'll get a reset. Jones matched up with Fiddler.
A mismatch inside.
Keep the ball moving. It's Kelly. Hard drive. And contact from the inside. It's clean. Michigan State pushing 5-on-4. Fiddler, another one? No. Zapawa couldn't grab it.
Nice play by Johnson, though. Keeping it alive.
Auburn up by 8, under 8 minutes to go here in the first half. Jones doesn't go. One and done for Auburn.
Yeah, that's 5-6 possessions. They haven't really gotten anything for Auburn on the offensive end.
Big guy hasn't touched it. Trying to ice it one way.
Into the hands of Richardson. Akins with 8 to shoot. Nothing going right now for Michigan State. Akins has to hoist.
Nice rebound. Kick out.
Offensive rebound. Trying to do it himself, and he will not convert. Rebounded by Broom.
Strong. Bodied up.
No points over the last 3.5 minutes for the Tigers.
And Raf, you said it best. You got to get the ball inside the Broom.
This team number 12 in the country in scoring, 83.6 per game. Kelly makes his move. That was a difficult shot. Rebounded by Fears.
Broom is an unselfish player. Like him to get inside, be a little more welcoming to an entry pass.
A trip there by Kelly at midcourt as Fears goes down, and we will step aside. Auburn has missed 5 in a row. Michigan State within 8 in the Elite Eight.
Coach, you answered the 17-0 run with a 7-0 run. Is that the type of defense you're looking for from your team?
Defense got a little better. We made some mistakes early, but we had some good shots. We kept pounding the offensive glass, and we just missed some good shots. But we didn't do a very good job. Our bigs were a little bit screwed up on some ball screen stuff. So hopefully we settle down a little bit. Maybe we're a little nervous with this big crowd.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Kohler back on the floor. Carr playing the 4 spot right now, Grant. I'd like to see Kohler do some damage. Make Broom work on that defensive end. He's got great footwork.
I like what Izzo said. I mean, they have 6 offensive rebounds. There's only 2 second chance points, so not converting.
Great scouting there for that back cut.
Kohler one-on-one with Broom. Works in. Head and shoulder fake. Comes up short.
He got what he wanted. A good look there, and I think you're right. You got to make Broom work on defense.
Great call by Tom out of the timeout. They do him a favor out here, Broom. He's got to get right down to the box. Here's that back slip to the box. Slice cut.
Double team. Fears. Swing it. Pettiford takes the opening. Denied! It's retrieved by Broom.
That's what he does. Cross-court passing beautifully. 5 on the clock.
And I like this right here, the adjustment defensively, the trapping, getting in rotations. Of course, Pettiford downhill. Both guys confrontation at the rim. Jace Richardson and Kohler. But I like being aggressive. Attack Broom, double team in the post. Get on your horse, scatter the game up, jump the game up. And that'll bring the aggressiveness needed to get back in it.
And we'll get 2 bigs now with Cardwell back in for Auburn. Michigan State counters with Carson Cooper. Catch Broom. Cooper draws the assignment. And the sweep by Broom.
Forced him into a tough shot, though.
But he's so creative with his shot making around the rim.
But they had a little stunt going.
13 points, 6 rebounds for Janai Broom out of Plant City, Florida. Richardson, he draws the long defender, Baker Mazzara. 10-point lead for Auburn. Trying to get Richardson involved here.
Under 5.
Shot clock now down to 3, down to 2. Spin, Richardson floats it in.
Creative. Good use. He's coming back to that right shoulder.
7 points to lead the Spartans. It's 25-17 Tigers.
Cardwell on the floor. They're a better screening team.
Isolation, Broom, cut,
Nice
Pettiford,
pass.
extra, Cardwell, big finish.
Beautiful dive.
Back to a 10-point lead. Holloman puts his head down. Needs help. Comes from Carr. Carr,
Short arm.
baby hook.
Good D.
Richardson is 3 of 4 for Michigan State. The rest of the team is 3 of
Nice
20.
slip.
The roll by Broom off the hands of Cardwell and taken away by Richardson. We're down to 4:25 to play first half. Body bump, Richardson flings it towards the rim. He's going to shoot 2.
Smart. Get that contact and finish.
And Raph, look, Broom right here tells Pettiford to cut. He points, cut to the rim. Pettiford makes that cut. Nice little touch pass right there, but Broom directing the traffic there and organizing that play. Great unselfishness and great awareness from Broom.
And Auburn has 8 assists in this first half. Michigan State with 4. 2 free throws here for Jace Richardson. Parents, Jason and Jackie in attendance. Michigan State contingent. It's gotten really loud from the Auburn fans. And when we talked to Tom Izzo about it, he said, look, our league prepares us for tough environments. We expect our team to handle it.
Well, they got punched in the mouth early, but they have calmed down because of their leader right here. And as you said it best, toughness personified, so they have bounced back and are back in it.
And part of it is that Richardson. Competitiveness on rotations, diving.
He's doing the lion's share of the scoring right now for Michigan State, and he's on the bench, replaced by the senior Jaden Akins. 27-19, Auburn. Tigers are yet to attempt a free throw.
There's that back screen again to the box. Nice show.
Jones, he lost his sneaker.
Flat tire.
Baker Mazzara feed the post. It's Broom. They come on a double team from Carr. Baker Mazzara can't hit the 3. Kohler couldn't box him out, but the ball gets knocked over to Akins. Jones has both sneakers on right now. He slipped that one back on when the ball went to the other side.
Well, the best service station, they went to Broom.
Holloman A lot of dribbling for Holloman with 11 to shoot.
Nice.
Akins splits defenders, kicks it out. Holloman the penetration, rejected by Cardwell.
All the things he does, very silent. Does the right thing on both ends. We saw that slip pass to him, but his ability to move and help out. Zara at a disadvantage, big time. Negation by the big fella.
Our game summary with Auburn shooting it well, 12 of 25. Kohler got it.
What a call out of the timeout. Beautiful. Two-man basketball. Both guys can make threes. Pick and pop.
Kohler now with 6 points. This is a 5-point game as we approach 3 minutes to play in the first half.
This is the Band-Aid, Broom.
Broom taking it strong. Carr, the help defender. And this one is saved by Auburn. How? Wow. Baker Mazzara. Pettiford can't hit the three. Box out there by Cooper. Holloman up the floor. Pettiford knocks it away. Jones pushing pace. 50-year senior Baker Mazzara is going to take it. Short on the three. Broom couldn't grab, and Kohler does.
Yeah, not a good look right there, Raph.
I was going to say, Mazzara hasn't really done any damage, played within himself.
And Auburn, you haven't really scored offensively.
Right.
Get the ball inside.
They are 3 of 12 from beyond the arc. 27-22 Auburn. Holloman to Kohler. Akins now. Tried to move it to the offhand, couldn't finish.
Good contest, Cardwell again.
Baker Mazzara goes between the legs for Pettiford. Screen Broom. Pettiford turns the corner. Pettiford rising up for the Baker and the foul.
Cooper actually screened his own man off.
He did. Well,
that's unbelievable. Lack of communication.
Well, Michigan,
you see right here. Bump, open up that drive to the rim. Boom.
You said it best. Michigan State with their bigs, they like to trap or hard show that screen and roll, but Pettiford's so smart and so good off the bounce, attacked Cooper, and you said it best, Cooper screened his own man. But what a finish. And this freshman right here, something else.
Big time player.
This is the first free throw attempt for Auburn in the first half. In and out for Pettiford.
Man, they needed that basket, even though he missed a free throw. Offensively struggling here the last few minutes, the Tigers.
Everybody can stay at home now with Broom one-on-one D.
Work it to the other side. Fears. High screen, Cooper.
Iced it to the one side.
Holloman penetrates.
Tough shot.
Tough angle. And Broom cleans the glass.
One more bounce maybe. Use that left.
Pettiford goes to work. Got a runway. Pettiford switches to the right hand, and it's put down by Broom.
Wow. One of the best on the offensive glass, but how about the splitting that trap there by Pettiford?
Off the bounce, that kid is talented.
Right now, Akins and Holloman are a combined 0 of 13 from the field. Michigan State is down by 9. We're going to hit 1 minute to play. First half, spin, Richardson. Now it's Kohler. Drop step, baseline gets cut off. Holloman frees himself. Shot clock is winding down. Kohler.
Steps.
Travel.
Pretty good defense. Johnson that time.
Coming up, AT&T at the half. Ernie and the guys will weigh in with their first half analysis. A look ahead to the Final Four in San Antonio. It's all coming up on AT&T at the half.
And Tom Philney locked his pivot foot in, but excellent defense by Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson taking the challenge, reposting there. Kohler's footwork, just a little too much of a slide.
5 turnovers for Michigan State.
Again, the split.
Pettiford clears it. Johnson short on a 3. There's a 10-second difference, shot clock to game clock. We're winding down in the first half here in Atlanta. They call out a play from the sideline. Fears communicates with his teammates with 14 to shoot. He's watched by Denver Jones. High screen, Zapawa.
Nice little back screen.
Akins hard drive. He got bumped and he banks it through, plus the hard.
What a great set, by the way.
I like that
Beautiful.
right there. You get the roll and replace with the guard, and Akins attacks. I thought Sapawa did a good job of screening the help. And just a fantastic finish, getting to that left hand. You keep talking about how Tom Izzo designs plays for his guys to get to that strong hand, and Akins, the senior, takes the contact high off the glass. A timely bucket here for the Spartans.
Second foul on Denver Jones. He's got 2. Miles Kelly has 2. Akins is in the box score with his first points of the night.
Now, if you're playing Pettiford, you got to be ready right now.
It rolls out.
Over the top, Kohler or Zapala, excuse me.
Michigan State had fouls to give. Just the 3rd team foul for the Spartans. 14.8 left in this first half.
Well, Biggs getting after it, but how about the rebounding from Broom right now? Already a double-double in the first half. Had a double-double in their last game in the Sweet 16 versus Michigan. So the aggressiveness, the physicality from Auburn's best player on display.
It is the program record, his 21st double-double of the season. He's averaging a double-double, 18.5 points, 10.8 rebounds, just over 2 blocks. A foul given out front, 11.9.
Got to corral him anyhow. Force it back and do the same thing.
So that is 4 team fouls now against Michigan State, 11.9 on the clock.
Watch for Pettiford to go quickly if he can.
Pettiford. I think Akins was trying to give the foul. Down to 6 seconds. Broom, spin, doesn't get it to go, but he is going to the free throw line.
Why would he give it out top?
They had ample opportunities, didn't take it.
I like they took advantage, got the clock to run, but once he made that move, just hold him.
So it's going to be Zapawa. And Broom to the free throw line where he shoots it at 59%.
Pretty impressive kid yesterday in the meeting, wasn't he?
He was.
He's the leader.
He is the leader and has some personality to go with it.
Yeah. He's taking Pettiford under his wing. They've got a really nice relationship that might be based in a lot of sarcasm.
A little bit like 2 people I know.
First time I've seen that many eyeglasses and none of them work.
They had aura. Janai Broom just continues to put up numbers. Dickie Hemrick, Elgin Baylor, Elvin Hayes, Janai Broom, 2,500 points, 1,500 rebounds all time.
An impressive kid, super talented, certainly has broad shoulders, not afraid of the moment.
2 years at Morehead State, he was the Ohio Valley Conference Defensive Player of the Year. 2 seconds, Fears, end to end, doesn't go, he got a pretty good look. Wait a second.
They got something, maybe, hold on.
Was there a foul on the rebound action? The officials are coming together to discuss. Felt like the clock had run out because Fears had taken it right down to the bitter end. And the 2 teams have gone to their respective locker rooms.
Got a good look right here.
Showed some speed, didn't he?
3 seconds down the floor.
So he had contact after the shot came off the rim, but look at the clock. It's over. Send it over to Tracy.
Well, Janai, the second straight game with a double-double in the first half. How have you been able to dominate inside so far?
Man, dominate was my word coming to this game. You know, I watched Eric Thomas, his podcast, you know, a little motivational speech. But I just want to dominate each game, get my chance to keep dancing.
20 minutes more to get to the Final Four. What will it take?
It's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot to take a sacrifice, togetherness. You know, we got to finish.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, Tracy, Broom's got 17. The rest of the team has 16. And Auburn has got a 9-point advantage over Michigan State. 1 versus 2 in the South Regional Final. End of the first half. 27% from the field for the number 2 seed in the South, Michigan State. Neither team shooting it well from 3-point territory. Paint points favoring Auburn. Moments ago, Trace with Jace Richardson.
Jace, you lead the way with 9, but just a lot of shots not falling for everyone. What was the message in the locker room there to get something going to start this half?
We got to start playing scared. I think first half, coach thought we came out a little stagnant, a little scared of Auburn. So we got to come out. We got to play a lot more aggressive and punch first.
How much is the crowd affecting what you guys want to do?
It's tough. You know, we got to keep their crowd out of it. It's a majority Auburn crowd, so we got to do our best to keep the crowd out of it.
Thank you.
Of course.
All right, Tracy High Eagle, Grant Hill, Bill Raftery. Fast break points. Michigan State averages 15.8 per game. That's number 5 in the country. They've been held to 2 in this first half in transition.
And they've gotten out in transition. They just can't convert. But I think Jace Richardson has to get more involved. 9 points, but only 4 shot attempts. Second half, he's got to step up.
Here's Holloman and Akins, 2 points on those 3, so you're absolutely right. Need some more dynamite and also something in front at the box.
They did go to Broom early. They ended up going away from him for a bit and settling for 3s.
Yeah, a lot of ill-advised shots there for Auburn. Got out of the flow offensively. I would imagine establishing or re-establishing Broom here in the second half for the Tigers.
Auburn, 33. Michigan State, 24. Winner advances to San Antonio in the Final Four.
Nice hesitation.
Richardson hangs.
And a great job by Broom.
Couldn't get it to go. And then a little bit of a wrestling maneuver, foul called on Richardson.
Right away, Raph out of the timeout, getting the ball to Richardson there and just got caught up, tangled up there with Kelly, but certainly Richardson getting downhill to that left hand and so adept at finishing, unable to there.
And you alluded to it, Raph. Akins, Fears, and Holloman, all 3, 2 points, 1 of 16 from the field combined.
That's a struggle, but it's a lot of pressure on others. Nice cut and back shows.
Too high.
Broom, take him out of the game, Bruce. He's playing poorly.
Intended for Baker Mazzara, and he just couldn't make the connection.
2 assists besides the 17 and 11 in the first half. What a great set. Back screen.
That is just the 3rd Auburn turnover of the night. Fears using the screen from Zapawa. Lob it, catch, but he gets the roll. He couldn't put it down cleanly.
And Broom showed but did not recover, and nobody on the weak side covered for him.
And that's the first 2 of the game for Zapawa.
Lifting everybody, so there's the back cut.
Look out! Denver Jones goes a mile high for the jam.
Wide open middle, what deployment.
35-26 Auburn. They release from the screen and now a post up for Kohler.
Go to work.
Kohler circles and scores.
Why not? Get a little punch in there, big fella.
35-28 Tigers, 8 points for the junior Jackson Kohler.
Raph, so far Broom not touching the ball on the block.
He's doing him a favor.
Here he
goes. That's a little back screen to get him there.
Missed him.
Jones, knock
Nice
away.
hands.
Fears has got quick hands and he's fouled by Denver Jones.
And did you see that burst from Fears? He got the deflection and took off for the ball. As Izzo approves there, Fears making a great assist on the offensive end and then causing a turnover by the Tigers. But look, that burst right there. Kelly, all he could do was foul. If not, fast break for Fears.
And it's number 3 on Denver Jones, so he immediately heads to the Auburn bench.
That changes the look. He's running the show, of course. Now you got a pretty good substitute coming in. Anybody from Hudson County's got game.
Tahad Pettiford from Jersey City. Bruce Pearl said, hey, I don't even consider him a bench player. He's a starter. Richardson in and out. It was halfway down. Rebounded by Cardwell.
Cardwell just moving bodies down there on the interior, blocking out.
Fear sticks with Pettiford.
Trying to establish Broom again. I like him out here if you're Michigan State.
But he could take it in there. But it's blocked. Zapawa was there with Kohler.
Nice stunt. Akins and recover.
No hesitation. 3-ball doesn't go. Baker Mazzara.
Better set defensively.
Push up the floor. Fears accelerates. And it's goaltending. Put it on the board.
Well, we have seen that during the course of the year. The blow-by ability. He is fearless. Good protection, finish. A little late cover.
And I love that, Raph. He got down the floor before the bigs could get there. Certainly Broom coming to contest a little bit late, but once again, the fast break points. You talked at halftime, not converting. Fears always pushing the break.
And it runs in the family. His brother Jeremiah, fantastic freshman year at Oklahoma, also has got that speed, that next gear.
You were trying to start a family feud.
That was you, I believe.
Well, it may have been. Who's better? They're both talented. We got to run Broom, too. I think that's key. Get up and down the floor, make him work.
Baker Mazzara, step back.
Bad shot.
He tossed it near the rim. Cardwell does save it for Kelly. They were really fortunate. 7 to shoot.
Nice closeout by Fears.
Baker Mazzara. The green light is always on for CBM.
He does not worry whatsoever.
They had missed their last 8 threes before that make by Baker Mazzara. 38-30, Auburn.
Oh,
nearly a takeaway.
Kelly, pretty good hands though.
Well, smart play by Fears. Kelly had his hand in there. Fears just swiped through, but dribble penetration. Baker Mazzara knocking down that 3 there, getting involved. And look at it, hands on his body. He just swipes through with his arms, initiates the contact.
Looked like
pretty
all
savvy
ball.
play though.
Didn't look like all
by
ball.
the freshman.
And that's 3 now on Kelly. So Jones with 3, Kelly with 3. Bruce Pearl's going to make another change here with Chris Moore.
And Raph, you could be right. It could have been all ball on that play, but savvy on the part of Fears, recognizes the arm there, just swings his arm through.
He got the right
You're
arm.
right. You're right. And Moore on the floor now, really plays hard, works on the defensive end. I would shade off him and help on Broom.
It's an 8-point Auburn lead. Holloman uses the Cooper screen. They're both now in for Michigan State.
Holloman's got to get going too.
Richardson on the move. Fake, turn, and it's swatted by Cardwell.
Does it all, that kid.
Baker Mazzara gets it ahead. Cardwell, layup goes.
How about the defense and running the court, big fella?
Dylan Cardwell, graduate student, experienced, provides leadership for this Auburn squad, and now it's a 10-point game. Kohler, major factor.
Silencer. Well, he can do some damage. We talked about his footwork all year long. Impeccable.
He's got that old school game on the interior, and he leads Michigan State with 10 points. He also has 7 rebounds.
Switching that little screen now.
Broom asking for it. Richardson shades, 12 to shoot, drop step, but he loses the ball. There was a reason why. Kohler got him.
Broom right there tried to go slow to quick. But Cardwell, the big fella, sliding his feet, contesting the shot, and getting out in the open floor in the right place at the right time, impacting winning. Dylan Cardwell.
They are 6th in the country in bench scoring. They're 34.1 points per game. They have 7 from their reserves so far tonight. Pettiford
going right,
accelerates and puts it in.
And nobody turned him. Nobody stepped up on the back line.
Get into it quickly here. Cohen Carr is back in for Michigan State. It's back to a 10-point lead for Auburn.
I like Cooper moving Broom around a little bit here.
Akins drives, and that is rejected by Broom.
Nice cut.
Cooper by himself for the jam.
And how about Kohler?
Nice feel. I think when Broom blocked the shot, he never recovered defensively.
Denver Jones is back on the floor. He's playing with 3 fouls, but it's Pettiford handling it. Jones off the ball. 8-point game.
What's another one?
Baker Mazzara
Nice
slips to the
slip.
rim, and Broom spins it in, +1.
That little short roll right there on the screen and roll, Raph. A great pass by Baker Mazzara, but Broom in the right place there.
And a rescreen too at the beginning.
But a great decision maker in that short roll, and the strength, the concentration, and the touch. I thought Cooper did a pretty good job contesting and trying to wall him up there, but finally getting Broom involved here in this second half.
That is number 2 on Carson Cooper. NCAA tournament history, most double-doubles by an SEC player. Janai Broom has joined Shaquille O'Neal and Jeff Moore. This would give him 20 points and 12 rebounds.
What's ever happened to Shaq since he stopped
I don't
playing?
know.
I don't see him much.
You know what, Raf, you should Google that.
Google search.
45-34, Tigers.
By the way, Mazzara with a great pass on that last trip.
Kohler, steps through. Good defense there from Johnson, but a foul from the rear.
And I like there the recognition. Cardwell goes out of the game. Johnson comes in a little bit smaller. Go right to Kohler. Great footwork there. Johnson tries to contest late.
And this is the dilemma when Tom plays the two bigs together, because they're great screeners and rollers.
Well, I also like Carr now in at the 3. We saw a lot of him at the 4 position for Michigan State. Now you go big, and you can really crash the offensive glass if you're the Spartans.
First free throws of the night for Jackson Kohler. He's now got 11 points and 8 boards. Tom Izzo, 14 NCAA tournament wins when trailing at the half. That's tied for the most all-time with Mike Krzyzewski.
Grant said he had some input in those numbers there.
Coach, don't let Raph come between us.
That's right.
You know how I feel about that guy.
Did get a lane violation, so Kohler will get 3 to make 2. Bruce Pearl is third Elite Eight as a head coach, 2010 with Tennessee, 2019 with Auburn, the only Final Four appearance in Tigers history that year when they beat Kentucky in overtime in the Elite Eight.
Talking about Kohler the other day, just a great, diligent worker, terrific foot posts. Everybody compares him a little bit to McHale.
Baby Jokic, maybe.
But
okay, maybe not.
I don't think he's that good a passer.
Not many to work. Not many.
Go on with it.
Okay.
Give me one.
I'm sorry.
45-36. Fiddler back in.
Same play. Same play.
Slip. Rack attack for Broom.
And how about Mazzara? So patient, let the game come to him.
His parents in attendance cheering on Janai Broom. He's 9 of 12 from the field with 22 points.
See if they get Fielder in that middle game again.
Screen, Cooper. Holloman swing for Fiddler. Takes it in and reverses it home.
Good offensive player, this kid. Not great three-point shooter, but mixes it up with the dribble.
47-38. Fiddler off the bench with 7. Baker Mazzara.
That's what he does once in a while. You know, unpredictable on occasion. You like that shot?
Maybe a better shot could have got on that possession.
Carr gets a running start. Fakes out Broom, but couldn't finish it. Fiddler rips it away. And they get a reload. Cooper seals the area. Broom gets a piece.
How about that? Got a pump fake and then go. Coop.
So Auburn can bring this lead back to double figures. We approach 13 minutes remaining in regulation. Pettiford one-on-one with Holloman. Pettiford shows it, takes it, rims out. Cooper just bounced it right to Baker Mazzara. Johnson, Kelly, sharpshooter, doesn't go.
And Raph, you're right. Offensive rebound, second chance. They find their shooters. Kelly couldn't convert there.
Sharp. Good reads on the kickouts.
And it's going to be Broom called for the foul.
And guys, that few possessions ago, Broom slips the screen and dunks in traffic, showing the big fella can get up above the rim. But I like, and of course his parents, Polk County, Plant City, flexing on him, approve. But I like what they did. They know that Michigan State likes the hard show. And Broom comes up, sets the screen, slips it, and twice Baker Mazzara found him on that roll, and twice he delivered.
Auburn in front, 47-38 over Michigan State. Fears off the fake. Richardson back in.
Got what he wants here. Go.
Richardson against the big Cardwell. Richardson puts it up, and it bounces off the rim. It's going to stay right here. A foul called.
Does Zavallo go to the line?
From cheering to celebrating, fan work is thirsty work. Crack open a refreshing Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? It's going to be Chaney Johnson picking up his 3rd foul. That is team foul number 5 on Auburn. They go long for Holloman. Holloman matched up with Moore. High screen, Zapawa. And it's going to go the other way. Zapawa called for it.
And they call that a legal screen, as you said, Ian. But that's the guard's fault. Right there in that situation, Holloman went a little bit too soon before Zapawa was able to get into that screen. And just Izzo a little bit frustrated. Zapawa came up, set the screen.
Now, their bigs are usually stationary. They do a good job. A little late there.
I think you got to do a lot of high screen roll here with Pettiford. He is so good and so dynamic, particularly with Broom out of the game.
Just something to keep an eye on. They were looking at the right arm of Janai Broom, who is now on the Auburn sideline.
Nice pass again.
Cardwell kicking around the perimeter. Ball is popping. Jumper goes down. Splash City for Pettiford.
Unselfish.
I guess the right arm's okay. Richardson couldn't spin it in. And a foul against Michigan State. Auburn trying to pull away.
And ref, Bruce Pearl has shot makers on his squad. Great awareness, the freshman.
And Grant, this defense by Auburn has been terrific. I think it's part of it, knocking down, taking away field goal attempts, 3-point shot attempts.
Looking
right
at
here.
the left wrist of Baker Mazzarri.
Pretty.
Cardwell comes up short. He got denied by the rim, but he is going to the free throw line. And Cardwell just needs a moment here. That was a hard fall. As we check in with Tracy.
You talked about Chad Baker Mazzarri, came off in a lot of pain holding that left wrist. It looks to be the thumb area right now. They're taping it up. We'll see if he goes back in. And you also mentioned Janai Broom and that right shoulder. He had it looked at and worked on just briefly and then had no trouble celebrating, raising that right arm after that 3 and going into the timeout. So he gave the thumbs up. He's good to go.
Yeah, Tracy, we noticed it when he came out of the game. He was only giving left-handed high fives, and the right arm was hanging a bit.
And he's had some ankle and shoulder issues throughout the season, but he appears to be okay and getting a much-needed break here.
Yeah. And now giving right-handed high fives, so everything appears to be okay.
Were you a medical student?
I was. Pre-med.
Dr. Kildare. By the way, when Broom is out, they're extremely effective opening the middle. Ball screen slips. They have a ton of talent and unselfish players.
Aiken steps in front of Cardwell to come away with it. Zapawa picked up his 4th foul. Michigan State's in a 12-point hole with 11:27 to play in regulation.
Look at how they force one way.
Extend out defensively. Richardson looking for a crack. Takes it and scores.
Again, going to that left. They haven't jumped that dribble lane. No chest to chest.
Jace Richardson has got 11. It's a 10-point game. Janai Broom getting ready to check in. Pettiford. It's an air ball. Out of bounds as Moore was trying to save.
And actually good defense there by Fears, able to contest that 3-pointer from Pettiford as Broom checks back in.
And Bruce, unabashed, didn't mind it. They let him go. He didn't look at Pettiford didn't look over.
I was going to say a hummingbird, but I'll keep that to myself.
I think we use that one. Don't go to the well.
Your hummingbird has disappeared.
Auburn leads Michigan State by 10. Fears, swing it. Fiddler gets the step, but he couldn't finish it, and Broom landed very awkwardly.
What effort by Broom. He's still down.
He was grabbing his right elbow. Right now it's 4-on-5, and Bruce Pearl points to Janai Broom. You could tell right away that Broom was in such an uncomfortable position at the end of this play.
What an effort, though. Oh, the wrist underneath. Oh.
Well, it looked like he might have hyperextended his
leg
arm or his elbow.
Yeah, his leg also had some action as it planted. So you've got potential multiple issues here for the SEC Player of the Year.
Yeah, the
see that?
Yeah, the left leg and
then the wrist,
right arm, the right elbow.
And a hush has come over this crowd. So the athletic trainer, Clark Pearson, is out there checking on Janai Broom.
Well, I'll tell you what, for the guy that's injured, he's conversant, relaxed. Just amazing.
He called it both the left leg there and the arm.
Yeah, he was just grabbing his left ankle a bit. He's going to be helped up to his feet, and the fans react. And his mom watching, and he is walking gingerly right now.
He is impressive, though. Watch him all year long, the things he's been able to do. His effort on both ends of the floor.
Ooh. I mean, I just read some lips, and what he said was not positive. It looked like he just said, "I'm done." So trying to encourage his teammates. Chaney Johnson was the first one he spoke with. And he's going to the locker room. His mom coming down to meet with him. Auburn triggers in. They are up by 10. We still have 10:33 to play. Denver Jones in a matchup with Fiddler.
More of a perimeter game. Nice spacing.
Step back. Rims out. Hustle. Johnson. Rebound. Ball gets knocked away and out of bounds off of Michigan State.
With their speed to rebound. Johnson came from the other block.
And it doesn't look good with Broom going to the back, but you know, this team is still more than capable. We saw yesterday or the other day Pettiford and both Denver Jones with big second halves. So they're going to all have to step up with him being out.
And this kid will step up too.
Pettiford, air ball, and it's knocked over to Richardson. Kohler asking for it against Johnson. They go to the other side now with Fears and Akins. Fiddler gets involved.
Johnson with a great job denying the Kohler.
Shot clock down to 10. Fiddler, spin, cut off by Cardwell. 7 to shoot. Akins, stop and go. The swooping move doesn't work. Kohler, knock away. Out of bounds off of Auburn.
And how about Kohler? What he's done, knocking down threes, posting up, and once again getting on the glass, getting on the floor, and extending the possession here for Michigan State.
And just how about Bruce's guys, though? They contest everything.
Oh, everything.
Force you to a tough right hook. You're offhand.
Each team has 10 offensive rebounds. Jones will sit. And Chris Moore on the floor with Kelly, Pettiford, Cardwell, and Johnson. Cohen Carr, the trigger man.
This is a time maybe to lift Cole a little bit to let the guys get to the rim. Drag Carwell away.
Into the hands of Fears.
Let him be the screener.
Michigan State has missed 6 of their last 7 shots. Fiddler. The jumper, Richardson. Rainbow delivery doesn't go. Another offensive rebound. Contact from Pettiford.
And Kohler kept that thing alive. Carr ran it down.
That is number 1 on Pettiford, the 6th team foul against Auburn.
Called it best on the glass. All 3 Spartans there, and Pettiford chasing down the ball. Just runs into Fears there. And this has been Michigan State's game. I mean, all season, almost 20% of their points, offensive rebounds, second chance opportunities. And it's amazing. They've managed to just kind of muck the game up, stay attached.
They hang. I mean,
They just hang around.
It, just like Tom.
Fears is picked up by Moore.
Caldwell doing a nice job on Kohler there on the denial.
10-point differential. Richardson, lane opens up, and a clean block. Johnson looking for the angle. He's got it.
How about that? The baby hook over the tenacious Carr.
But how about the deep Pettiford with that block?
Auburn up by 12. Under 9 minutes to play. Feed it to the post, Kohler. Bumping bodies with Cardwell. Kohler, the fadeaway is pure.
Kid's got a game.
He likes that
Amazing.
right shoulder.
Great footwork, impeccable.
And he's going against one of the premier post defenders in Cardwell.
14 points, 8 rebounds for the American Fork, Utah native Jackson Kohler. Back to a 10-point game.
And reshaped his physique. Great attitude.
Pettiford back in. Pettiford couldn't finish it on the interior.
Maybe got a little shove that threw him off.
Fears looking for movement from Kohler.
And
Mismatch.
They got to take advantage of it.
Fiddler. Kick it. Fears.
Too late.
Still got Kelly on Kohler.
Crossing over. Fears. Pirouette.
And a
It's
piece.
off. Kohler trying to grab it, but it's controlled by Kelly for Auburn.
And how about Cardwell sliding his feet there, one-on-one with Fears, contesting him. But I thought you had a mismatch inside. Kohler was down there on Pettiford, just not aware and not able to take advantage.
Nice curl here by Johnson and a 5.
Johnson
Great stop.
rejected by Carr. Fiddler, give it up. Carr. Cutter, Fiddler. He couldn't get the banker, but he is going to the free throw line.
How about the patience of Carver as well? Nice dive, and it's it.
Auburn leads Michigan State by 10. Free throws coming up for the Spartans. Janai Broom going down with an injury here in the second half.
You hate to see this right here, landing on his left ankle, and then his right elbow appeared to hyperextend. That left angle landed weird, and just feel for him and the way he has played and dominated this game, dominated this season. And only 2 points since he's gone out, but they were up 10 when he got hurt. They're still up 10 now.
22 points, 12 rebounds for Broom. We check in with Tracy Wolfson.
That's right, Ian. As you mentioned, Janai Broom dealing with those 2 injuries. He's in the locker room right now. Bruce Pearl asked Janai as he was walking off the court if he was okay, and he looked at him and said no. He told his teammates to finish the game. His parents were very emotional as they entered the locker room. That's where they are right now. We were told they are still evaluating it. The biggest concern is the elbow injury, but we were told there is a slight chance that he can still return.
All right. Thank you, Tracy. Another free throw here for Frankie Fiddler. This is now a 9-point game, 7.5 remaining. Fiddler off the bench looking for his 9th point.
A lot going to be asked of Johnson at the other end.
One problem, as we know, with Michigan State, you get in a deep hole. This is not a good three-point shooting team. They finished last in the Big Ten, 31% from three-point land.
And not their game. They've only taken 1-3 this half, but they're not, they've been down before. This is a team that's resilient and certainly only down 8. They're going to stay in here and keep fighting.
And their depth will wear out opponents.
Very true.
We'll see how it plays out over the final 7-15. Johnson is stepping forward for Auburn.
Well, this kid is tough. Slip him into the post.
He played 3 seasons at Division II, Alabama,
Nice cross.
Huntsville. Holloman is fouled by Cardwell.
Well, he does not give up on a play, Cardwell. Again, the dexterity there. They need a game out of this guy. So important to their offensive scheme. He can get to the rim, can make some threes.
Remember, both teams were on the ropes in the second half of their Sweet 16 games. And Auburn just went on a ridiculous run. Bruce Pearl called the timeout. They went on a 10-0 run and then extended out. It was 22-4. It was 34-8. And ultimately, you see what Auburn did to end the game. But Michigan State was in a similar situation. They were down 48-39 to Ole Miss. They outscored the Rebels 34-22 the rest of the day.
It speaks well of their tickers.
Holloman. 8-point game.
If not inside, Mazzar is the kind of a guy likes these moments.
Michigan State now 11 of 12 at the free throw line.
Got a mismatch inside. Handled the cross screen beautifully.
Jones Trying to make his move on Akins. Spin, step through. They swallowed him up on the inside, and then they couldn't finish it with Cardwell. But they save for Auburn. Shot clock at 15. Baker Mazzara!
That's him.
String music on a three.
And Raph, you called it right there. That kid right there can make shots.
And I love Cardwell on that play too, though. He
Didn't give up.
Did not give up.
And the lead is 11 for the Tigers. Holloman out for Richardson. We approach 6 minutes to go. Holloman lines it up. Off. Rebounded by Kelly. And Auburn will slow it down.
Thought that was a settle. That last play, he got downhill, but didn't attack the mismatch on that one.
They've been doing just a little cross screen to get Johnson to the box. Little high five, ball screen now.
Baker Mazzara.
Nice slip.
To Johnson. It is off the rim.
Great balance, though. No easy.
Akins missed it. Richardson is there for the rebound. He'll put it up. Short. Carr tried to slam it, and bodies end up on the floor. He's going to the free throw line.
And Carr showing his 89-inch vertical there.
Whatever
51,
reported.
51, a running 51. Corey.
Broom is making his way back onto the court to sit on the bench with his teammates, or is he going to say that he's going back in? He is!
Wow. Gotta wait.
He's got to wait for the Carr free throw, so we have to hold off on the dramatics until he officially re-enters the game.
And he was gimpy, kind of limping to the locker room, but had a lot of pep in his step.
And both Pearls talking to them. Might call that pearls of wisdom.
Yes, maybe.
And trying to make sure he's okay.
And Carr, good on the first. Broom is tightening up the sneakers and now jogging out.
His teammates revere him. You could feel that in that meeting yesterday.
No doubt. He's a top-level performer. He backs it up day in and day out. Over to Tracy.
Just an update on Janai. Obviously, there was a lot of fear as he walked into that locker room, but I was told he went in for x-rays. Those x-rays were negative, and as you see, he's giving it a go.
Oh, not a good shot.
An air ball from Baker Mazzara, and it's snatched there by Carr. 9-point game. Richardson. Kick. Holloman. Rims out. Kohler could not secure it.
And Broom ran the floor. Goodness, great effort by him.
I think you got to go get him a touch.
Yeah, why not? Right away if he's out there.
And that is 13 rebounds now for Janai Broom. Jones for Broom.
There's that flex screen on the baseline.
Off the deflection. Keep it moving for Kelly. Back for Broom. Got a three!
Wow. A miracle in Atlanta.
Oh.
I guess he's okay.
I don't know if we're going to go full-on Willis Reed, but pretty good.
There's no middle tunnel here.
Holloman, contact, blocked by Johnson.
Boy, what an effort.
Back in the game, a one-arm, one-handed rebound, and then right here, bad elbow and all, steps up, knocks down the three, the lift, the emotional lift, his presence, but also getting it done. Wow.
25 of those this year. Oh, don't turn him to the middle.
And Jones is fouled.
Fiddler or Fears.
And that's going to be team foul number 7 on Michigan State. Number 2 on Jeremy Fears Jr.
He's flexing his hand out here at half court. Squeezing, just making sure.
If Auburn were to advance, you're talking about 6 days until the next game, which would be the Final Four. Broom just
He was looking for approval. He was looking for approval.
Looked over at both you and Grant and gave a little wink and a thumbs up.
We know he has that personality, but the toughness here, and wow, just And you thought he was over with. Out here on the court, you know he's in pain and discomfort.
He knows where everybody's seated. We need to
He's got a seating chart.
Yeah.
Certainly knows where the broadcasters are.
He sees the floor.
Great vision. 62-48, Auburn. We're going to hit 4 minutes to play. Screen from Kohler, a good one. Akins curls in,
ready,
and finishes.
I like how he didn't settle, took the mismatch, got to the paint.
Tie a few stops together if they're going to get back in it.
Spartans had missed their previous 6 shots, and Auburn's got a 12-point advantage. Jones, backdoor Johnson, puts it up. Doesn't get the roll, but he is going to the free throw line.
And Raph, I've loved Johnson's energy here tonight. Big plays.
Final piece of the puzzle. We are waiting for it tonight here in Atlanta on the road to San Antonio. Our game summary: Michigan State shooting it at 30% from the field. They've gone 3 of 17 from three-point territory. Auburn up by 12. Chance for some deja vu. 2008, the only time we've had 4 #1 seeds advance to the Final Four. That year it was in San Antonio, and it was also on April 5th and April 7th. Right now we've got 3 #1 seeds already set. Will Auburn become the 4th? J.D. Johnson with a pair of free throws. 3:37 mark. 71% on the season, his first of the night. Valuable minutes here for Johnson, the senior. He's got 6 points, 6 boards.
Solid kid, gives him 9 points a game. Toughness about him. Can post up, face up. Nice curl.
Richardson cut off there by Cardwell.
They do a great job. Automatic screen, and when you roll to the box, the little guys hold up.
And Fiddler gets cut off. He tosses it to Baker Mazzara. Aggressive play, but he couldn't finish it. Akins the push the other way. Akins taking it strong with the offhand.
Caldwell went vertical.
And that's a 4-point swing right there. Baker Mazzaro, you have the time is on your side there. Just pull the ball out, use clock. Ill-advised shot there. Michigan State able to capitalize.
We are now under 3 minutes to play with Broom on the bench.
I think if they have one more stop, Michigan State, I think Broom will be back in.
Baker Mazzara, kick it for Jones. Swing it. Kelly off the rim, tipped up in the air, and he was held. Cardwell.
Maybe Kohler.
How about Cardwell? His activity on the glass all game. Michigan State in transition. Akins going right at the big fella, using his offhand, going around with the easy 2. But once again, Cardwell extending the possession there, getting fouled. Now, he's not a great free throw shooter. At only 37%, but you have to admire his activity here this evening.
Yeah, that's number 4 on Kohler. Zapawa on the bench with 4. And this is a 1-and-1. 19 foul against Michigan State.
And now you have to know both sides.
Got to squeeze here.
Yeah, squeeze. Of course, Auburn maybe with a slap back.
Excuse me, 32%.
Gets the roll. Cardwell, who actually
he's so happy.
He celebrated and just looked at the Auburn crowd. He transferred to McEachern High School for his senior year, but was ineligible, but practiced the entire season in preparation. Couldn't play. Also attended Oak Hill Academy and Evans.
A premature adulation there.
1 out of 2 actually helped his percentage. 2:22 to go.
See how they front beautifully in that low post area? Switch back.
Akins, big connects for 3.
Big.
Timeout. Michigan State.
No quit. And the Spartans hanging tough. It's Broom time.
Auburn, they held their ground when Broom went out. He went out at the 10:37 mark. Since that point, they've been outscored 15-14, but it's been virtually a standstill with Michigan State.
And Michigan State seldom, if ever, presses, but this is pretty rewarding, right? Oh,
Wow.
And they just get it across.
Wow. What a pass by Pettiford.
yeah.
I don't know if that was by design.
He was falling out of bounds and saved it. We are under 2 minutes to go.
Tough match here for Kohler.
Jones for Johnson.
Nice hands.
And a chop down with 4.9 on the shot clock. Foul called.
Look at Pettiford. Lost the ball. Dancing on the end line there. Stayed in bounds. And with his offhand, throwing that right-handed pass in traffic. Almost a violation.
So Fears picks up the foul. Chaney Johnson back to the free throw line. 7 points, 6 rebounds, 1 of 2 at the stripe. 1:50 on the game clock. Cardwell back in, defensive purposes. Pettiford sits.
Still time, Raph, right here. Michigan State, you don't need a three. Obviously, off the bounce, get to the paint. They've done a better job of that here this second half.
Splits a pair. 10-point game.
Maybe an inside-out three. If they help on Kohler.
Fears to Kohler. There is the three, and he knocks it down.
Raph, he came up to set a screen, but slipped it.
Smart.
17 for Jackson Kohler. 7-point game. 90 seconds to play. Jones drives, and Jones finishes. He somehow got through 3 defenders for the deuce.
Well, he did not quit on that play.
And a foul on Johnson.
And Jones almost lost the ball two or three times.
Look at this. Stick a fork in it.
Oh, man.
That is the 4th foul on Chaney Johnson. And it sends Jeremy Fears Jr. to the free throw line, and Broom is now at the scorer's table.
That's twice he's gotten up there. He wants to go in. Bruce wants him to relax.
You think that's the negotiation right now?
I think so. I think Broom's going to win, though.
First free throw attempt of the game for Jeremy Fears Jr.
Well, Broom coming back for Cardwell. Certainly Cardwell, not a good free throw shooter, so wanting to get the solid free throw shooters in the game. Johnson going out, and then also having 4 ball handlers against this pressure. Smart move by Bruce Pearl.
And also offense for defense, too, when you think of it, right?
Yeah.
We had not seen Broom flexing that right arm, but then he had to fix his shorts and shirt. And Broom the box out and the save. Baker Mazzara, double team, and look out! Nearly falls on us.
That right arm was hanging, by the way, with Broom after he made that save.
Well, he didn't use his right arm there. He went up with his left arm.
Yeah, now watch it. After the play, see the arm? Really protecting it. I think we're going to take him out again.
Jones to the free throw line, where he shoots it at 91%. 1:10 on the clock.
The number 3 in the NCAA, this kid. Got to go quick.
1:05 to play.
Look at this guy move his feet.
Akins, he hits from downtown.
Tell you what, Cardwell did everything to negate that opportunity. Akins stepping up big time. Staying in touch.
Auburn
dance.
trying to keep Michigan State at arm's length with a spot in the Final Four on the line. double bonus, both teams.
And to Grant's point, a lot of good free throw shooters. Broom hold the net arm right here again.
Yeah, he's grabbing the right elbow. Baker Mazzara will trigger in.
And Broom just a 59% free throw shooter, so
Good job fronting here.
good trap.
Perfect trap.
Double team on Jones. And that ball knocked away. Tracked down by Holloman. 50 seconds to go. Fears, swing, Akins off the rim.
That would have been big. Give the foul right away.
And a foul given on Kelly.
Scrappy press.
Great press there and great awareness by Fears finding Akins. He had just hit 2 big threes.
Would have cut it to 5.
And boy, great rotation. Jump in the passing lane. And as you noted, Fears with a real good read. Froze that D with that lefty drive.
So it sends Miles Kelly to the free throw line, 92% on the season. He has yet to attempt a free throw here today. He'll get a pair.
I tell you, it's a luxury for Bruce Pearl to have 2 guys who shoots 90% from the free throw line.
And Broom will not touch it unless it's right at the rim or a bailout on the press.
43.3 on the clock.
Broom checks the house out. I mean, it's like an usher.
Missed it. Second one for Kelly.
Very unusual.
Auburn trying to advance to its second Final Four. The lead is 9. Fears, hands to Akins, fakes on a 3. Swing back for Fears, using time. Akins, the jumper, doesn't go.
Look at that hustle.
By Carr, can he grab it?
Jump ball. Yep.
And possession arrow to Auburn.
Raph, these 2 teams wanting this game. Both guys getting on the ground there. And Kelly, active hands. And right there, it's just a scramble. Who wants it more? Kelly going and taking it. Wow.
.6 to play.
Not playing the inbounder now. Doubling up.
Auburn in control. They get it in for Jones, but taken away by Richardson. Kick it out. Toss away. Fears was trying to hit Holloman on the perimeter.
He was thinking of a 3-point shot.
Well, mental lapses both ways. First, Auburn with that turnover. Just a little bit of miscommunication there. Great hands. And Fears sees Holloman wide open at the 3-point line. Just could not deliver it.
20.3 on the clock.
Oh, there's the guy. Got to give it. Yeah.
He was expecting to be fouled, and he got fouled with 19.1. So Janai Broom will shoot 2. 59% on the season. He is 3 of 3 tonight. 25 points, 14 rebounds.
Wow. As noted by you, the right guy, huh?
Second one for Broom. And then overcompensated and misses them both.
Nice cut.
We're down to 14 seconds left. Akins, it goes in. It died at the rim. And they've cut it to 6. 11.2 to play. Last timeout has been used by Michigan State. Trying to keep the Spartans alive. So the final timeout called by Tom Izzo. 11.2 left in regulation. Michigan State has cut the Auburn lead to 6.
Michigan State's done a pretty good job. Face guarding, rotating, jumping the passing lane.
And Auburn's got to be strong, make good passes here. They have not handled this pressure well at all, Raf.
A lot of good free throw shooters on the floor.
Baker Mazzara. Get it in. Pettiford. They don't foul him initially. Time trickling away. Get it ahead.
Oh, what hustle.
A knock away by Akins, but only 4.3 on the clock.
Boy, they've been shaky against this pressure. Broom telling Mazzara to relax a little bit.
Izzo just told his team, don't foul. And that's it. The storybook season continues for Auburn. The Tigers are going to the Final Four. It will be all chalk on the Riverwalk. Second time in school history. And an all-SEC matchup to come. War Eagle in San Antonio. Auburn advances. They beat Michigan State 70-64 in the South Regional Final. "25 points, 14 rebounds for Janai Broom. Injuries, nothing was stopping them.
Not bad for damaged goods. Well, he was beaten up pretty good. That three when he came back, pretty impressive, Bert.
So it is Auburn and Florida. And Houston against Duke. 4 #1 seeds in the Final Four. It is just the second time that has happened in tournament history. 2008, the only other time. History repeats itself in San Antonio. Auburn gets it done in Atlanta. They knock off Michigan State 70-64. Send it over to Tracy.
Well, Coach, of course, calling the whole team over here, but congratulations. This team didn't let up once this whole entire game. What is it about this squad?
These guys love each other. They trust each other. And there's been so much responsibility on us being the #1 ranked team in the country. We've been a historic program in Michigan State, a team that gets to the Elite Eight and never loses, okay? We got this guy right here, number 4, best player in the country. He was absolutely the man on the inside, and it's about everybody. We all share it. And how about the best fans in all college basketball? And what else, Coach?
It was an incredible crowd having your whole back the whole time, but you talked about Janai. Let's talk about the Willis Reed moment. He goes down. I know there was a lot of concern, a lot of fear.
Yep.
What was that like when he walked back out onto the court and then hits that three?
It was the Willis Reed moment. Flat out was the Willis Reed moment. But then he comes out there, he bangs the 3-ball, and the whole place went absolutely crazy. You know where we're going, Tracy?
You're going to the Final
Going to the Final Four! Yeah!
Janai, you told me you came out here to dominate. That you did, but please take us through that injury to your elbow specifically. I know you hurt your ankle also, but it's certainly a scary moment for you.
For sure, it is a scary moment. I went down, but my team had my back. I went to the locker room, I still watched the game, and they kept it going, no drop off. I came back, do whatever it takes to help my team win.
Will you be ready to go next week?
I will be, but all glory to God.
You guys enjoy it. You're headed to San Antonio. How does that sound?
Better call him. Call God, call God.
All right, Tracy. Auburn partying the second all-time Final Four appearance for the Tigers.